All right, we get a street fight, and it was the Hurt Syndicate, all three of them, Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley, and MVP, versus the Demand, GOA and Ricochet. GOA walks out first, or I guess the Demand walks out first, and they got all their weapons. They look like the everyday, ready for a fist fight.
Yep.
The Hurt Syndicate comes out, and they're still in suits and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't have jeans and fucking, no.
No, I don't like it. It was so silly. It was so you have money, dress according to a fight.
It felt akin to like the corporation days, right? Where everybody had to wear a suit just to kind of like make sure you knew they were in the corporation, right?
What I would have done is, again, if they're professional businessmen that are going to get into a fight, wear Gucci shorts, right? Wear the top line of the stuff.
High-end athleisure gear.
Yeah.
Right?
And you're like, motherfucker, right? Like that makes more sense because no one's going to fucking, take their cufflinks off and then start fist fighting like a fucking jamoke. So yeah, I didn't like that part.
If nothing else, I get like, if you're wearing the slacks, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you took it off and you're in your whatever, what we used to call wife beaters. I don't know what you call tank tops now, right?
Tank tops. Tank tops.
And like that, like, okay, I can get that, right? But if you come out in the suit jacket and the, you know what I mean? Come on, man.
So this fight, we get all the fun stuff, right? We get Lashley throwing people around. We get Shelton Benjamin throwing people around. MVP gets beat up. Ricochet gets to do his stuff. Everyone got to do their thing, right? We all said, hey, I got to check mark this box to make sure that I did a match. They said, sure. Yep. Yeah. And they went everywhere, which was fun. Yep. I thought it was really cool. The German suplex into the back of the table with Shelton Benjamin, like yeeted him behind his head. I thought that was fun. And we get, because the Demand won at the pay-per-view, the Hurt Syndicate wins the street fight on Dynamite. What'd you think of the match? What'd you think of the outcome? What do you think moving forward?
Match was fun, but I was thinking throughout the match, I'm like, what do we do with this? Either way that wins, I don't know what we do with this, right? And I don't know where we're going to go next. I don't feel like it's done now. Right? Like, I feel like we've traded back and forth, so it's not done, so we're going to do it again. And fine, I guess. But ultimately, I don't know who I would want to win the feud between the two groups, right?
The Demand. The Demand needs to win. Because if the Demand loses, they are forgotten about in 5 weeks.
True. Yeah, we're going to keep singing, we hurt people.
Yeah. And Bobby Lashley needs to beat people up by himself.
Yeah.
We got Shelton Benjamin that could do the Continental Classic again. And then MVP. I would have the Demand pin MVP again, and that would make MVP say, man, I am too old for this shit.
We're saying Taz is out. I wouldn't hate MVP doing some commentary once in a while. Like, that'd be a good spot for him, be the heel commentator in there.
Well, then he needs to get his act together, because this whole Bobby and Shelton are just beating up these AEW kids all the time. It's like, you're not like Don Callis for everything that is, bad about him as far as being a heel. He will keep saying, like, that was an amazing move. I hate him, but Kenny Omega can do a running knee better than anyone.
You got to get him disconnected, right? Like, he's no longer like in the Hurt Syndicate. That's broken up. He's just MVP. He's by himself. Then I'd put him on as a heel commentator, right? Like, I don't want him siding with anybody.
And he can't, get away from the WWE is better than AEW kind of narrative that he's secretly saying, it feels like. But yeah, I would have Lashley, because Lashley, again, beat the fuck out of Swerve Strickland and then just went into a tag team, right? It was just like, so he's obviously
decisively
good.
So. To the point where it made Swerve be like, oh, shit.
Exactly. So we obviously know he's good. And this is, and I will plead my case when I finally get the meeting with Tony Khan. Let's get more things interconnected. I want to see, win. It's going to have a win. But Lashley and Kenny Omega breaks my brain. I don't know what it would look like. I don't know how it'll feel, but that, right? I'm tired of Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho versus the Young Bucks. Fucking get away from each other, guys.
Yeah. Don Callis is involved in a Kenny Omega storyline. Like, we do not need that.
Stop that shit. Like, let's intermingle.
Kenny Omega and the next Japanese star we're bringing over from New Japan. Man, please don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, Lashley and Okada. I would like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Just intermingle these people and get some stuff. Because if you are going to keep the Hurt Syndicate, I feel the next promo or the next program that they do, it has to be the Young Bucks, right? Because we're the biggest, baddest, and the greatest of all time, you know, is what they're saying. That we got to do that, because I can't just keep seeing Lashley versus the Hurt Syndicate versus the young AEW people,
so what
and then they're all friends together.
You have the Young Bucks lose again, right? They lose this match to the Jurassic Express. They got no money. They're down and out. The creditors are MVP and the Hurt Syndicate, right? They got some money, so they're funding, and they're coming around to collect as they're doing all this stuff. And they're like, I ain't got it. And they're like, well, here's the deal, right? This is the final pay up, right? We're going to have, you're going to face Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley. If you win, your debt is resolved. If you lose, you retire.
Yeah.
Right? And we're done with you, right? The Young Bucks are done, and my boys ended the career of it. And then that's the match right there.
I love it. That's a great idea. That is a great idea. I like it a lot. And with the demand going on to that side, right? They lost
what
this.
Would you do? Would you book the Young Bucks to retire? I'd book the
No.
No. They can be around. I'm tired of wrestling.
That's what. But you know what I would do? Because MVP keeps saying, I want to go out on my shield. I would have MVP pull an MJF and like cost Bobby and Shelton the match, and then have Bobby retire MVP. And then there you go. Then he goes off into the sunset, does commentary, as you said. And then there you go.
Does he do the sorry, I love you? And fucking, all right.
Maybe power slams him. Yeah. He has him in a body slam and he looks at him and says
sorry,
it. Dude. That'd be funny. With the demand though, on that side of the coin, I would have them start. I like that they are now calling themselves the Demand. I don't like the name, but they are a team name, right?
Sure, yeah.
And again, I love Dalton Castle and the Outrunners, but a close second, the Demand would be cool. Or the Demand and Dalton Castle and the Outrunners. That would even be fun,